Meredith Campbell, and I'm obsessed with Doctor Who.
It's Bookworm Wednesday.
Welcome back to Bookworm Wednesday. It is our second week. I'm going to talk to you guys about a pretty awesome book in a minute, but first I want to talk to you about my book wall. My word wall. I started this thing a while back where I decided I was going to paint vocab words on my wall so that it would help me learn vocab words, and I haven't been very faithful to it. So far I have Fandangle and Pulchritudinous, but I thought it might be really fun if I instituted Bookworm Wednesday's Word Wall Word of the Week. Isn't that fun? Bookworm Wednesday's Word Wall Word of the Week. If I'm just incredibly dorky and that is obnoxious, just ignore me, but I think that's really fun. So what I'm gonna ask you guys to do is give me some really freaking awesome vocab words that maybe I could put on my wall. And hopefully every week I will pick a new word and paint it on my wall, and that will be Bookworm Wednesday's Word Wall Word of the Week. Bookworm Wednesday's Word Wall Word of the Week! So to start us off, I thought that this week's Bookworm Wednesday Word Wall Word of the Week would be Flibbertigibbet. Flibbertigibbet. Noun. A chattering or flighty, light-headed person, a gossip. I just love that word, Flibbertigibbet. So maybe you guys can make it a point to use the word Flibbertigibbet in a sentence this week. That woman is always talking about me behind my back. She is such a Flibbertigibbet. I am way too excited about this. I am such a dork. So give me your words, and maybe your word could be the Bookworm Wednesday Word Wall Word of the Week. Flibbertigibbet. Yeah. Alright, so now I want to talk to you guys about the actual book of the week. I chose the book Octavian Nothing. Actually, it's The Astonishing Life of Octavian Nothing, Traitor to the Nation, Volume 1, The Pox Party by M.T. Anderson. I have not read Volume 2, but I'm planning on it. So The Astonishing Life of Octavian Nothing. This is a story about a boy who is raised by these scientists. It's like a science community thing, and he's really he lives there. But this book is taking place in like the American Revolution and stuff like that. Octavian's a really obedient boy or whatever, but things start changing, he starts questioning, and yeah, it's his story. This book is split into 4 sections, but really the book has 2 main narrators. The first narrator is Octavian himself, and then the other narrator is a soldier in the American militia. I have to be honest and say I didn't really like the parts that were narrated by the soldier. I liked him, I just didn't like him as much as hearing things straight from Octavian. That could be because Octavian was so incredibly educated, so his grammar and his sentence structure was all correct, and the soldier's wasn't. It was kind of hard to understand sometimes. This book puts like a completely different spin on the American Revolution. Like, you don't see it from the normal American bias of England is encroaching on our freedom and therefore we must be free and therefore we must fight the English, and yeah. Because that's not the view Octavian holds. He's from a completely different perspective. He's also not on the British side saying like crush the Americans or whatever. It's from a completely different bias. This book also puts some light on slavery at the time of the American Revolution. Some light, a lot of light, on the idea of slavery during the American Revolution and how much the Americans actually relied on slavery, and also how fearful people were of their slaves and an uprising of the slaves and stuff like that. It kind of takes some of the glory out of the American Revolution, and I think that's good. I think some of the glory did need to be taken out of the American Revolution because slavery was a really big part of the American lifestyle, and we don't think about that. My lifetime, I know that there's slavery in America now, but obviously it's not as pronounced as it was back in the 1800s or in the time of the Revolution. And so it's hard for me to imagine slavery being a normal everyday thing because like that's just disgusting to me. And it's hard for me to put myself in the shoes of a person who thinks slavery is okay. It's hard for me to see their point of view, and this book helps me see a big part of what America was based on when it was first established. And for that reason, I think this is a really beneficial book for young people. This book was written for a younger age group than myself, and I have to admit that being younger than I am now, I don't know if I would understand everything the way that I do now. And I have to admit that if I was younger, some certain parts would probably gross me out, disturb me, whatever. But I still think it is a good book for a younger age group. I think M.T. Anderson did a really good job with it. So if you've never read The Astonishing Life of Octavian Nothing, I would highly suggest it for anyone. Well, I guess that's everything. Don't forget to give me your words for Bookworm Wednesday Word Wall Word of the Week. Don't forget to use the word Flibbertigibbet in a sentence. Go out and read The Astonishing Life of Octavian Nothing, Traitor to the Nation, Volume 1, The Pox Party by M.T. Anderson. And answer me this. What's your favorite genre of literature? Is genre the right word? I don't know. You know what I mean. Alright guys, I'll see you later. Bye. Bookworm Wednesday's Word Wall Word of the Week.